Hi, I'm Allie, and this is Chuck, and we're AlliChuck Adventures. So school's out for the summer, and we are on our way to Koreshan State Park. So let's get this weekend started.
Alright, so we've made it to Koreshan State Park. We are down near Fort Myers, Florida, and this is an interesting park with some interesting history, and we're going to show you some of the history of the park here today. I will start off by saying that some of the sites here are fairly tight to get into if you have a really big rig. Ours only being 27 feet long. We were pretty tight getting into this spot that we're in right now. Took a little wiggling to get in here. But once we're in here, it's fine. So in case y'all don't know, this is my sister Lori and her boyfriend Nick.
Hi, everybody.
Also, we affectionately call him Al Pacino Jr.
Hi, well, we just got back from visiting the Koreshan Unity, visiting all the buildings there and the way that they lived back then. It's very interesting.
Yes, what Allie was talking about is the Koreshan Unity settlement. It was founded in 1894 as a utopian society by Cyrus Teed. He was their leader, and he, like I said, was born in New York City, eventually went to Chicago and started gathering some people for this utopian community. And the goal for this community was to form a new Jerusalem. So one of the things that they have here is for basically a self-guided tour for like a $1 donation. You can pick up one of these at the entryway, and it's really packed with some really good information, including a whole map of the area. And make sure you spend at least, or allow at least, a good 2 hours for this. Mm-hmm. Even with the buildings being closed down, there's lots of information that you can get from this booklet. One of the most beautiful and, I would say, interesting buildings, and you'll see it here in the pamphlet, is the Planetary Court. And this is where they did the day-to-day governing of the commune here. And what's really interesting about this, and they have little placards on each of the buildings, it has the pictures of who were running it. And you'll see in here it talks about the 7 women. And this kind of gives insight to this commune that it was very pro-women. Women were allowed to be part of the leadership structure. So, like I said, the day-to-day business was ran by these 7 women, and they lived in the structure. Another really cool building is the Founder's House. This is where Cyrus Teed lived. And it's the oldest structure on the grounds, and it's had the most renovations done to it. You will see when you take a look at it, there's a structure where they started to upgrade it basically in 1909. They were trying to double it in size and make it more permanent for their leader. But unfortunately he passed away before they were able to finish it. So one of the interesting things while we're talking about the Founder's House, Cyrus, was when he passed away in 1908 in December. They thought his body was going to rise again. It was going to resurrect. So they had built this bathtub for him, and they put him in there, and they kept waiting for him to resurrect. This art hall that you see when you first arrive was actually constructed a little later in 1905. And what's interesting about this commune that they put on a lot of Shakespearean plays, they had orchestras, they had a marching band. And so when they constructed this is where all of these activities took place. Prior to that, they did a lot of these social and cultural things on the Bamboo Landing, another great place to visit. If you want more information that was just on that pamphlet, I always like to dive in a little deeper to some of these items in history. I found this on Amazon called The Allure of Immortality, American Cult in Florida Swamp and a Renegade Prophet.
Oh yeah. We got here late Friday evening, and during the night we had a little issue with our air conditioner.
Yeah, it was like all of a sudden, it was in the middle of the night, we started noticing that we were getting a little warm.
Yeah.
And Chuck went and checked on it and was just basically putting out the fan. Like it was just kind of blowing,
The compressor wasn't
kicking
running.
on. Yeah, it was just blowing warm air. And we're like, oh, no.
Yeah. So I shut the thermostat off and I let it sit for a minute, kicked it back on, and it worked again for a while. And then again, when the compressor kicked off, it never kicked back on again. Mm-hmm. So
You kind of
yeah, I kind of
fiddled with it.
yeah, I kind of slid the thermostat, the mechanical part, back and forth a little bit. I don't know if it had a little dirt in there or
Probably
what.
did.
It seems like it's been working fine since.
Yeah.
Although yesterday it was about 95 degrees here with a feels like of about 105, and our air conditioner was first time we've had this Jayco
pumping air all day long. Like it never stopped.
Yeah, it was struggling to keep up. It was about 80 degrees in there. It just could not get it much below 80 degrees until evening time when it, sun started dipping down. So
I mean, we are more south, where
yeah,
it's warmer, but
Yep.
still, you would think that it would be able to keep up. But
yep.
So we are at the Edison Ford Winter Estate, and we are now looking at the center point, the fountain here.
They have a self-guided app
Yep.
tour that will explain all the stops along the way here. So basically, we're at like stop number 2. We did this before, but we never went into houses before, did we?
No, we did not.
They were closed. Unfortunately, it is not dog friendly on this side. In the
Once you get into the actual estate, not the estate, but once you get into the actual houses where all the houses are and everything, dogs are not allowed here. But when you're over where the nursery is, where all the plants are, the dogs can be on that side.
So we left Nick behind.
Just sit with both dogs.
Yeah, he's taking care of Jelly and Nikki.
So this is the actual pool complex, and it was built in 1910.
It's got a
Look at the
diving
diving board.
platform. Let me go up above here. It's got 2 different diving heights.
Built in 1910.
And it's got the little house, what do you call it, the bathhouse next to it. So this was Edison's caretaker's house. Pretty nice little house for the caretaker to live in. It's pretty good size. And this was his yard behind it, so he lived really close to the pool. Not 100% sure if he was allowed to use the pool. And this is Edison's study. Small little room. So apparently this is where he did some of his studies.
Okay, so this is Edison's main library here. You can see where he sat to do his thinking.
Also, this light and that long cord hanging down is how you turned it on and off. It was one of the first electric lights.
This is Thomas and Mina's bedroom. Look how beautiful it is. So girly. I love it.
And they slept in separate beds, apparently. The Edison family den. The Edison family created a friendship walk to commemorate friends and family. It has over 50 stones that comprise the walk. So this is the Edison family living room. Still trying to figure out what's upstairs yet. This is still the Edison family living room. Just a different window looking in perspective here. You see the stairs leading upstairs there better here. And we just came from over there, the part of the library. And that was his little study there that we just came from. And this was his sitting room. It appears he had a nice little baby grand piano and a record player here. Some old records.
So this is the dining room here. Look how beautiful the table is.
Did he entertain a lot of guests? Because there's a lot of chairs at that table.
Yes, this is actually the guest house here. There were a lot
This is the guest house?
Yes, there were a lot of famous people that stayed here. That way.
Kitchen and food pantry.
It's a pretty small kitchen, I'll tell you that.
That is small.
So this tree you're looking at now apparently is a variety of rubber tree that Henry Ford had planted here along with Harvey Firestone to see what kind of rubber trees might grow here instead of having to have them imported from other countries. Which really interesting root system on this. Makes it like a tropical little paradise here. House.
We're at Henry Ford's house, and this is the maid's bedroom and their porch. Here's the secretary's bedroom down here. I didn't see this one earlier.
Huh. Oh, I love the smell in here.
Me too.
I wish you could smell it through the television.
Yeah, it's so... It takes you back in time.
Yes.
Look at the little glasses. How cute!
So now we're looking at the kitchen and pantry for Henry Ford's house. This is not good because I'm hungry. I'm wanting to eat some of that food on the shelf in there. And I'm sure that that food is fake,
And this house...
but I can eat it right now.
$20,000.
This house was only $20,000?
Only $20,000.
Only $20,000. I bet it's worth a little bit more than that now.
Yeah.
So this is the living room here. And look at the ceiling and just the craftsmanship here. It's so beautiful. And you can see going upstairs. feels much cooler inside the house too. It's very hot today. And here we have a guest bedroom. A couple twin beds. Look at the old camera sitting on the shelf and the old hat. It's definitely like stepping back in time. So this is a Ford cottage shop, and apparently there's air conditioning in here and snacks. So this is where we're heading. But this actually was a building and a house back in the day that belonged to it. There's a squirrel looking for a nut. Wow. Look at the roof.
Yeah.
I have to take it up and show you.
Yeah.
See how this is all sealed in here now? This was what I used to have to run that ridge along, you know,
Yeah.
seal it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it now at all. It's totally sealed like
what is this called again?
Flex armor.
Flex armor. Roof coating.
3,500 pounds per square inch of penetration. You can't punch a hole in it.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Our next trailer, we're gonna invest in this.
It wraps under the lights up there, and you can see here, it wraps around the edge of where the awning goes.
Yeah.
And here, you can see it wraps the top edge of this.
Oh yeah. So this part here is something they added?
That is what they intend towards the.
Wow.
They paint it with this first, and then they lay this on top. It dries in 6 seconds, and they build it to 3/16 of an inch.
Wow.
And this is where that bolt went through.
So basically the whole roof is as thick as this right here.
Yes.
Wow.
On top of fiberglass.
On top of what was already there.
And what they do is they take everything off
Uh-huh.
and rebuild your dams.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys. So we are all packed up and we are heading home. Chuck is actually emptying the tanks right now. So I'm gonna wrap up this video for you guys. We had a wonderful time here at Koreshan State Park. I would definitely recommend this park. It's such a beautiful layout. The spots are a little tight, but other than that, it's just such a typical nice camping environment. Beautiful trees, and really is a neat historical campground as well if you're into that kind of thing. It was such a great time being able to camp with my dad and stepmom and have Nick and Lori join us as well. So all in all, we had a great time though. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to our channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell notification so you can follow us on our journey. Alright guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Alright, take care.